Good morning. Welcome to the Life Motivators. We are here again today on this Thanksgiving week. As many people are traveling, many people are going to see families, getting ready for some awesome food this week. We want everyone to be safe and have fun on the journeys that you're traveling to be able to connect with those loved ones and those friends and family this week. We're filling our belly and our life with gratitude on a day-to-day basis. And many people wait till the holiday season to start giving gratitude for what they have within their life. Within Life Motivators, we do this daily. We give gratitude for everyone that you see on the screen. We give gratitude for everything that we have within our life. We give gratitude for every single thing as a individual person, this being. Why? Because we are power cells. We are nothing but one Energizer bunny that cannot stop us. Our energy that we have will only stop once we go 6 feet in the ground because we have given up on life. Many people go through different little things and situations and has different things going on with inside of them and things that you can tap into to know that you are the power source that can start shifting the energy that you have and are you projecting out. That projecting out energy is also something that started within. So if you're projecting out your negativity today and, oh, I can't believe I have this going on with my body, or that hurts me today, or, oh, I've got this going on. What did you do this morning to align yourself with your body to say, you know what, today, body, I will not have problems. Today, body, I will not have those pains that you have been giving me. Today, body, I will be able to walk. I'll be able to run. I'll be able to do everything that I want to do that this physical body is able to do today. And give gratitude for that each day. Be thankful that you can see and hear and walk and taste and touch and feel. Why? Because those are very important just as well. Because if you don't get in alignment with your true body, your true energy, you don't know where you're going to go. Many people take a lot of things on this earth for granted. Material thing this, material thing that, breaks what they do, they throw it away, go buy another one. We have forgotten how we can reconnect and fix a lot of things that are happening within us, within our life, and the things that are around us. Might just need to take a new battery. But guess what? We don't have batteries that we can recharge, but yet we have an energy we can recharge. When you take those 10, 15, 20 naps throughout the day for about 10, 15 minutes, or if you go and you do a 15 or 5-minute meditation, what are you doing? You're recharging you. You're recharging your energy to reconnect with that source energy power that is within you, that knows nothing but love, knows nothing but happiness. Once you step away from that vibration of happiness and love, you stepped away from the higher energy within you. When you started putting self-doubt and fear into your life, when you started talking bad about yourself, you removed yourself from that vibration energy of love that stays there at all times. We are higher beings of nothing but love. So what do you want to be today? Then what are you projecting out? That's the biggest part. It's a great day to be in here with everyone, to be able to know that we're moving our life into a whole different direction of gratitude for a daily basis and not just during a holiday time that's on a calendar. Enjoy this week. Enjoy every day. Enjoy every journey because it's fun. Brother Julio, you got anything on that? Or is he frozen today?
Since no, I'm not frozen, man. To be honest with you, since I jumped on, I've been worshiping. I've been in my own little aura, in my own little zone, because I'm really grateful this morning. I'm grateful for life this morning. I'm happy that I'm alive. Thomas, you were just, you were saying it, the simplicities of I'm thankful that I have these clothes on my body, the shoes on my feet, the vehicle that I'm driving in, the fact that I have a place of employment, that I have a means to provide for my family, that I live in the country that I'm in, that I'm in the company of good people this morning, you know, people who I know love me, people who I know care for me, people who I know are sharpening me and working towards operating off of a higher frequency, and bettering themselves and helping me to become a better version of me. I know I'm in good company this morning. So I'm really grateful this morning, since it is the week of Thanksgiving, here in the States anyhow, and of course we're still discussing and going through the reading, so what better topic to discuss than gratitude? What are you grateful for this morning? There's a lot of individuals. We won't just say people, specific people, but there's individuals who they say my glass is half empty, or they have a issue or trouble um, trying to find reasons to be grateful this morning. And I just named a bunch of them. You named a few of them. If you have family that loves you, if you're breathing this morning, if you're alive, that is reason enough to be grateful. If you feel like like you have nothing but a negative perspective this morning, then can I switch your mental state, your mental state? Can you switch that mental frame, that thinking, that processing right there, and look for something? Sometimes you have to search after the blessings. Sometimes you have to search after them. Sometimes, because of the blindfolds, because of so much going on, because of stress and anxiety and all the things that we have going on in our life, sometimes we fail and we miss out on the reasons to be grateful. We miss out on gratitude, and therefore we miss out on our blessing. To whom much is given, much is required. People say, I want this, or I want millions, and I want all of these things. Well, what are you doing with the little that you do have today? What are you doing with the little that you do have today? You say you want all these great things and you want more. Are you managing the little that you have today? Are you grateful? Are you being wise in the little that you have today? I mean, we were discussing it last week, and I'll say it again, like, we are considered the 5% richest in the world. In the world, because of the luxuries of having a cell phone. The places that we live, our family, our friends, like, just the things that we have, like, there's people who are sharing clothes off of their back, kind of stuff. They haven't had a meal in days. And here we are going to celebrate Thanksgiving this week, where there's an abundance and a beautiful spread on the table. Beautiful spread on the table of a turkey and a ham and corn, or sweet potatoes, or your stuffings, or whatever that people are going to celebrate and have. Since we're discussing giving thanks and gratitude, I would like to challenge. It's not for anyone to say, hey, I did this. No, but do it just because. How we're always discussing love in here? Love on somebody this week just because. Give to somebody. Just how much would it cost for all of us, or any one of us, to go buy a loaf of bread and go get some sandwich meat and a couple bags of chips and Ziploc bags, and make a small little pouch and give it out to the homeless this week? You want to add something to that, Thomas?
Yeah. Instead of just saying just because most of the time means it's a cause. We're going to say just be can.
I like that. I like that. That's great. That'll work.
That's cool.
But you do it out of love. You do it out of love because you're grateful for that which you already have. You're grateful for the blessings that you have. You're grateful for the life that you're living this morning, this day. Like, to bless somebody with something like that, just a little small gesture to be a blessing to a random stranger, to a random person. What kind of impact could you have just by showing and giving that expression to love to somebody who you don't even know? There's you can kind of like, throw in there whatever you want. If you want to put little toiletries or whatever, just different stuff in there, that's fine. You could do that, but do something that would show an expression of love this week to a random stranger. I'm not asking, hey, make it a big old, where you get out your whole family and you guys are doing hours and hours and all of these. No, but something really simple, man. Something really simple, and just expressing your love, expressing the fact that you are grateful for the fact that you're alive this morning. Expressing the fact that you feel blessed, so you want to be a blessing to another person. You know,
If you go,
I appreciate the perspective that I have, and I'm grateful for being in a community, like I said, that we can show this kind of love and sharpen each other, even in the simplicities, man. I know that I'm in good company, and I'm really just grateful this morning uh, uh, for life, man, because I think of the many individuals who aren't here today and who can't have this conversation with us, you know, who aren't with us, you know. So that's what I have this morning, man. Gratitude, you know, love, and I'm grateful, man. I appreciate all the viewers, you know, without you're on YouTube or whatever. I appreciate you sharing it. I appreciate you giving us feedback. I appreciate that you come and you attend these, you know, or you sit there and you watch these on YouTube, you know, all of that. That's love, man. I appreciate it. So I'm just grateful this morning, man.
very much so. Go ahead, Chen.
Hey, I just wanted to say that's awesome, Julio. I totally agree with you on that. Like, doing, first of all, a random act of kindness makes you feel really good. And it's even better when you do it for a stranger and make a stranger's day. This weekend, like, I was grateful enough to be able to go to early Thanksgiving dinner. And there were tons of people. I didn't know like anybody. So they graciously invited me in, and I found a lot of people in the US have been really like, just awesome. Like, I've met a lot of cool people. Unfortunately, during the dinner, one of the people was rushed off to the hospital for emergency. And yesterday, even talking to a couple other people I know that are in, you know, some serious health conditions at the moment, really puts things into perspective. It makes you think, like, we don't know when our time is up. You could literally, this is what somebody told me when on the weekend, you could literally be drinking a glass of water and choke to death, just like that, right? You don't know when your time is up. So being grateful, like Julio said, for what you do have, being grateful for the time and memories, especially during this Thanksgiving weekend for your friends in the US. Yeah, the little things are what matter the most, the people in your life. And if you do love them and care about them, make sure that they know that, and spend your time with people that really, you know, make your soul shine. Have a good day, guys.
Thank you very much on that, Chen. Go ahead, Carol.
Being animal control, I try to carry some extra stuff in my truck for animals. So I'll do like a little care package and pick up like the little dollar bags that you would have for groceries. Throw in a couple cans of dollar dog food with a plastic baggie full of dog food, maybe some of the topical flea stuff off the shelf, a collar. And then when I go by, there's a lot of homeless camps under the bridge and stuff. So I'll just go by there, and I'll ask if anybody's got an animal. If they do, I'll hand them a little bag that's got some packaged stuff for the animals.
So we care for everything.
I'm not really one to give to the homeless or whatever, but I'll make sure that the animals, since they have no other choice but to be there, you know, are taken care of. They always need leashes and collars and flea medicine and food.
That's still a great expression of love, Carol.
Very much so. We care about everything, every living thing, because we all have heartbeats and we're all here for a reason. And we're all here for a good season. So enjoying that time frame that we have with everyone, letting them know that we do care. We do have hearts. We're not all cold-hearted. Some of us do actually let the blood flow through. And we enjoy it. We've been reading out of the book, The Magic. Today, Miss Patti is going to be sharing chapter 23 with us, The Magical Air That You Breathe. Miss Patti, go ahead.
Thank you, Thomas. So I didn't know in advance which chapter this is. So when I opened it up as we started, I can totally relate to this chapter. So I think it was meant to be. The Magical Air That You Breathe. A quote from Mary Ellen Chase, who was an educator and writer. It is quite possible to leave your home for a walk in the early morning air and return a different person, beguiled and enchanted. So if someone had told me a few years back to be grateful for the air that I breathe, I would have thought the person was crazy. It wouldn't have made a bit of sense to me. Why on earth would anyone be grateful for the air that they breathe? But as my life changed from using gratitude, the things that I took for granted or didn't give a second thought about became an absolute miracle to me. I went from sweating the small stuff in my little world in day-to-day life to opening my eyes and thinking about the bigger picture and wonder of the universe. As the great scientist Newton said, when I look at the solar system, I see the Earth at the right distance from the sun to receive the proper amounts of heat and light. This did not happen by chance. Those words made me think more and more about the bigger picture. It's not an accident that there's a protective atmosphere surrounding us, and that beyond it, there's no air or oxygen. It's not an accident that the trees give off oxygen so that our atmosphere is continually replenished. It's not an accident that our solar system is perfectly placed, and that if it were anywhere else in the galaxy, we would most likely be devastated by cosmic radiation. There are thousands of parameters and ratios that support life on Earth. All of them are on a knife edge, and their fine-tuning is so critical that a fraction of difference in any of these parameters and ratios might make life unlivable on planet Earth. It is difficult to believe any of these things could have happened by accident. It would seem they are perfectly designed, perfectly placed, perfectly balanced for us. When the realization hits you that all of these things might not be an accident, and that the balance of every microscopic element surrounding Earth and on Earth is in perfect harmony to support us, you will feel an overwhelming sense of gratitude for life, because all of it has been done to sustain you. The magical air that you breathe is not an accident or a fluke of nature. When you think about the enormousness of what had to take place in the universe for us to have air, and you then take a breath, breathing air into your body becomes breathtaking in every sense of the word. We take one breath after another and never give a thought to the fact that there is always air for us to breathe. Yet oxygen is one of the most plentiful elements in our body, and as we breathe, it feeds every cell in our body so that we can continue to live. The most precious gift of our life is air, because without it, none of us would last more than a few minutes. When I first began to use gratitude's, magical power, I used it for a lot of personal things that I wanted, and it worked. But it was when I began to be grateful for the real gifts in life that I experienced the ultimate power of gratitude. The more grateful I became for a sunset, a tree, the ocean, the dew on the grass, my life, and the people in it, every material thing I've ever dreamed of having poured down upon me. I now understand the reason why it happened that way. When we can feel truly grateful for the precious gifts of life and nature, like the magical air that we breathe, we have reached one of the deepest possible levels of gratitude. And whoever has that depth of gratitude will receive absolute abundance. Today, stop and think about the glorious air that you breathe. Take 5 deliberate breaths and feel the feeling of the air moving inside your body and feel the joy of breathing it out. Take 5 full breaths in and out 5 different times today. And after you have taken each set of 5 breaths, say the magic words, "Thank you for the magical air that I breathe," and be as genuinely grateful as you can for the precious life-giving air that you breathe. It is best if you can do this magical practice outside so you can really feel and appreciate the magnificence of fresh air. But if that's not possible, then do it inside. You can close your eyes while taking the breaths, or you can do it with your eyes open. You can do it while you're walking, waiting in line, shopping, or anywhere at any time you want. The important thing is to deliberately feel the feeling of the air going in and out of your body. Breathe the way you naturally breathe, because this magical practice is not about your breathing, but about your gratitude for the air you breathe. If taking a bigger breath helps you to feel more gratitude, then do that. If it helps to make a sound or mentally say the magic words thank you as you breathe the air out, then do that. If you want, you can also do a variation of this practice in the future by imagining you're breathing in gratitude and filling yourself up with it with every breath you take. In ancient teachings, it is said that when a person reaches the point of being deeply grateful for the air that they breathe, their gratitude will have reached a new level of power, and they will have become the true alchemist who can effortlessly turn every part of their life into gold. Magic practice number 23, the magical air that you breathe. Number 1, count your blessings. Make a list of 10 blessings. Write why you're grateful. Reread your list, and at the end of each blessing, say thank you, thank you, thank you, and feel as grateful for that blessing as you can. 5 times today, stop and think about the glorious air that you breathe. Take 5 deliberate breaths and feel the feeling of the air moving inside your body, and feel the joy of breathing it out. After you have taken the 5 breaths, say the magic words, thank you for the magical air that I breathe. Be as grateful as you can for the precious, life-giving air that you breathe. Just before you go to sleep tonight, hold your magic rock in one hand and say the magic words, thank you for the best thing that happened during the day. Thank you.
Thank you, Miss Patti. And yes, very fitting chapter for you to be able to read as someone who knows the power of the absence of air, for someone who has been going through different things within your life. So it was a perfect chapter for you to be able to read today, and we want to thank you on that, because giving gratitude for what we have. How many of you have been held underwater as you're swimming by a cousin or brother or sister or something as you was a child? What was you gasping for the whole time they were holding you down? That precious air. That precious air that so many people take for granted. It's going to always be there. But then what if one day you wake up and you can't have that full breath? What if you can't take that deep one in to fill those lungs up like it needs to be done? You'll be looking and scrambling, won't you? Yes. So giving gratitude for all the little things that we have in life, the simple things that man cannot remake. There's only one that can make this beautiful stuff that we breathe. There's only one that has made this beautiful gravity that keeps us here. There's only one that fills our heart truly with love. Harnessing that power, harnessing what he is already giving us, and saying thank you for that. It's something to be grateful for. Yes, we could have all the fancy clothes, the cars, the houses, the beach homes, the vacations, this, that, and the other. But just take one day or just 1 minute without breath, and you will be scrambling. Where can I get it? Where can I find it? I need it. I got to have it. Understand the powers that we have around us are great. The powers that you have within are great. But yet, if we don't take the moment to say thank you that we have them, that's when they could be stripped from you. How would that feel? Not very good, does it? But every day we're thankful and we're grateful for being within here, being able to surround ourselves with people like we have on a day-to-day basis within here. Why? Because we're all nourishing each other. Julio said it a minute ago. We are all sharpening each other to make each other better with areas that you're wanting to go within your life. As we all sharpen each other, because we all have different skills, talents, places that we were raised in that learn something new that somebody else may not have. The different talents, the different skill levels that we all have within life, know that they're yours. They're things that were passion of yours. Be grateful that you have that knowledge and that physical ability to be able to do it. It is so much fun to be in here each day with all of you. Miss Shannon wraps us up each day with the affirmation, and then we're going to keep on rocking after that. How about that one? Go ahead, Shannon. Give us some powerful affirmations.
Good morning, everybody. Emotions happen, but feelings are fed. I honor what my emotions have come to tell me, and I embrace my power to feel the feelings that I want to stick with. I am the composer of my inner harmony. I am sparking the energy of joy and playfulness all the time. Life is fun and full of wonderful surprises and magic.
And the magic is you. This life is full of magic on a day-to-day basis. And guess where it started? All with you. All with the one that looked in that mirror and said, today, I will be able to do everything that I truly want to do today. It's an awesome day to be in here with all of you. Thank y'all for joining in. Awesome day, guys. Open floor.
I just wanted to say, Patti, I find your voice very soothing. There's just something about it. It's very, very soothing, very calming. Thomas has that sexy, manly, very white voice, but you have if you could been yin and yang and whatnot, you have a feminine voice that is soothing in the exact same manner. So I appreciate you, and I just wanted to say thank you for the reading.
Thanks, Julio. I would have preferred the sexy comment, but I'll take what I can get. Thank you.
That's awesome.
It was
Sexy takes the cake.
it was perfect.
Thomas for the win.
No, you for the win, because you stepped up and you took the leadership role this morning. So
Trust me, Patti. I would prefer to hear a lady's voice than a man's any day. So
Yeah, me too. No offense, Thomas.
that's okay. Pep likes my voice.
He does. He loves your voice. He's always motivating me to get to the motivation. You know what time it is? Likes to listen.
It is. Patrick, go ahead, brother.
Let's say somebody just reminded, are we still recording? Because
Yes.
now we're in the back show. Somebody might drop a bomb here or something.
So drop it. That's why he's letting it go.
you missed that part this weekend. We were discussing that. We're going to start recording a lot more of these and allow it to flow, because there's so many nuggets that are dropped sometimes in the free speech. So go ahead, Patrick.
Got you there loud and clear. Hey, I missed out for 3 days from you guys. I'm grateful. Yesterday, I was using some 2.5 pH water, and I was cleaning this guy's sailboat. And he always told me, keep one hand on the boat, one for yourself. Well, I had a spray nozzle, and I was wiping down this green mold on the side. Next thing I knew, I was upside down. I'm grateful I didn't hit the water, but I did hit the ear on the cable that you walk around it. I should have had my hand on it. So gratitude. That girl threw me right down on my back. 245 pounds, hit the deck. And
So that would have been part of implementing
go ahead.
the wisdom that somebody gave you before you started. You didn't implement wisdom that somebody gave you and ended up on your head. Oh, wow. Imagine that. Oh. I had to, brother. Just the fact of
So
when somebody has wisdom around different things and you don't listen to what they say because you know better, then
and when he heard the thump, because he was down below, he says, he was waiting for the splash, but it didn't happen.
That's it. Implementing the power of the things that we hear, implementing the things that you are learning. There's reasons when you're learning from people that have success, it brings so much more into your life. When you actually listen And don't think, oh, I already know. No, there's many things that we don't know. There's many things that we're all learning still. We're all spring chickens within here, learning something new within this life. We'll be steadily learning and improving and getting more knowledge every day. Because that's the only way we're going to become better.
So I have a question though, Patrick. Are you okay?
Got a hard head. It only bumped. It only bumped.
That's okay. Yeah. You know. But yeah, now you know. If you didn't, now you know, huh?
That's
We're
it.
going to do it again. I missed yesterday, but I had to sleep after I got off because I knew I wasn't going to be able to sleep for the next couple of days. So I'm sure it was a good one. I'll catch the recording if it was recorded.
No, Saturday and Sunday was not recorded.
You know, I really miss you guys when I don't, jump on the week, sometimes on the weekdays or weekends. I love you guys.
You too.
Yeah.
And Shannon puts off over in the chats that she is learning whatever you think really does come true.
Yeah, it does.
It does. Our thought processes are very powerful. We talk about that in here for a very long time now. Your thoughts, your words, your energy before it is even projected out of your mouth is already heard by the universe. Because it was a thought process. And in those thoughts, the universe already sees it, feels it, knows it, and, because that's what you're projecting out as a vibration, as an energy. We're always resonating. When you have a friend, you're resonating.
I'm not going to get into any details, but yes, I'm very, very, very happy. And then on my way home yesterday, I was messaging Lily, like all the stuff that was happening to me. And I was just shocked. I was like speechless because I couldn't believe that all these things that I've been thinking about for years is actually like happening. And when she messaged me back, she's like, you're putting it out into the universe. So now it's coming back to you. I was like, I don't know, for her to say that, never talking about this kind of stuff, I was crying my eyes out.
She's listening.
Yeah.
She is paying attention. Those affirmation books that you have, they are reading them. They are seeing what you're doing. And they see the projections that you're putting out as well. They feel when you have bad energy. She is a child of yours. Just like the cats and dogs, they feel when you're not feeling good. They know when you're not feeling good. Yeah. Patrick, you had something else, sir?
Yeah, it's something that I like to think back a year ago, something you reminded me of. Okay, so let's say we're sending this beam of light from our light, our being. We send it out and it's a little thin light. But then, those big satellites that sit up there and they look at the stars and the moon, that's the receiver. You send this little light or this message out to the universe and it comes back, and we're going to have to build bigger receivers because it's just amazing that the same thing that she was just saying, that it comes back to you and you just sit back and go, I thought about this a year ago. And that's where I'm at right now. I didn't know I was going to be in Florida enjoying the rest of my life. And anyway, that's what I got. I'm sending out, you said, shine your light. Well, now it's coming back in. I got to wear glasses all the time because it's coming in so bright. But what's coming back? Thank you, guys. I love you all.
We love and appreciate you too. All the energy that every person projects out within here each day just by showing up. The support, the love, the community, the conversations, all of this within here, it brings something new or brings something more to resonate with your day, to resonate with the energy that you're having or wanting to have. Not everybody can wake up with a smile on their face and happiness within their heart because so much things are going on within life. And sometimes it just drags you down, and it's kind of like, how do they keep that energy up? Daily practice. That's all I got to say. daily practice when I wake up to get myself into this mood, to get myself into this energy. It all starts with how I start my day. And then that's how I project the rest of my day as well. And then when I lay my head down at night, I make sure that I say thank you, just like at the end of that book right there. Every evening, I grab that rock and I say thank you for the day and the things that I was able to do and the places I was able to go, the people I was able to connect with. Because there's many different ways that we're connecting with people every day. Some are just for a friendship and a conversation, which assisted them right there. Some are because of their health. Some of them because of their, clients within what we're doing. Because the many things that we do right here in the morning times, me and Julio mentor and bring a mentorship program out to others. We have an 8-week program that we do within the Life Motivators that people can come in for mentorship to be able to break down what you are wanting to do and where you're wanting to drive your life. How do we do that? By conversations, by connecting with each other each day, to hold each other accountable. Just like we do within here as we mastermind each morning inside of this community as well. We're bringing different energies every day to the table of life to kickstart yours as it kickstarts ours. And this is so much fun. Go ahead, Roger M.
Hey, good morning. What's up? So I don't know if anyone, you got a chance to watch that video, but I'm driving up to a job site, so I got. But between 1900s and 2016, and right now actually, that amount, those years, the technological advance in that 100-year span is going to be was the same between 2000 and 2016. So in 16 years was equivalent to the over 100-year span from the early 1900s. And then now they're saying from 2018 through 2024 that's how it's going to be equivalent to the 16 years and the 100 years. So fascinating. The interview with the physicist was, I shared that because, he was talking all about new developments about frequencies and how we're moving through space and time. And it's just fascinating. So, but I'm pulling up to a job right here because my boss,
Yep.
Well,
I just make sure that the frequencies and everything that we talk about within here, these are things that have been talked about for thousands of years. There's nothing new of what we bring to the table. There's nothing new on the scientists that is going to be able to let us know exactly what this is. Yes, we have been advancing in technology, but the advancements within a human being to be able to use more of that brain cell than what they have been using has been awakening within the last few years to be able to bring more to the table of life that scientists will never be able to understand, or to be able to write it down exactly how it happened or why it happened. But yet when we bring a collective energy like we do within here in the morning times of everybody that shows up within here, this collective energy and thought process that we do within this 30-minute to an hour time frame, that right there is bringing out and boosting out an energy level of a spike of energy that goes out across the universe, that when them satellites hear it, they're like, where did that come from? Well, it came from a collective energy of all of us as we co-create together each day within here. And when we take that energy level to that whole next understanding where we all are actually grasping what we're talking about within here, and we actually harness it within right here, when we get off of this meeting, there'll be another energy spike. Why? Because we're all collectively thinking about the same thing. The law of attraction of love and gratitude for life. The law of attraction and the gratitude for everything that we have on this day-to-day basis. When we all collectively think in one spot, Brother Julio goes all the time to fellowships. And within those fellowships, what are they doing? They're all collectively thinking about one energy thing, one energy source. And what does it do? It sends out a spike. Have you ever sat there and watched the NASA's solar system of the sun, and then you see these little radiation flares that come off every once in a while? Those little boost spikes. Whew. Guess what? We're doing that same thing every morning within here. We're sending out spikes of energy that boosts the earth, that goes around so powerful. Now just think if we was all able to get together in one area where we could have our energy side by side, and we all collectively took 1 minute, just 1 minute, and had that energy of thought process of thinking of nothing but love. How powerful do you think that battery would be if we all connected hands together? You understand that how powerful?
Interesting that you say. It's interesting that you say that, Thomas. So just the other day, so there was a lot of men who came into the room on Friday, and you could see sometimes people's energy. It's written on their faces. You could see about how confident or lack thereof and how they walk in. Some people walk in heavy, other people walk in light and cheerful, very, very welcoming and so forth. But just the other day, okay, there was a group of individuals who walked in one after another, and you could see the energy was draining. And we started to get into collective conversation, kind of like how we do in here. Mastermind conversations, and we were discussing the things of God. We were discussing life. We were discussing family, friends. We were discussing what time of the year it is, the vision for the next year, all kinds of things. And little by little, you started to see that energy fall off of them. Can I tell you by the night's end, okay, which is about a 2-hour session, more or less, okay, you've seen energy bouncing from one person positively, one person to another. Like when we're flowing in here, all of us collectively, it's overwhelming. You leave this meeting like, wow, that was one of the best mornings I ever had. That's how it was. Where you've seen it. People were interjecting in conversation, one person after another, and the energy was just transferring. Boom, 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 boom. It's about 20 different people in this room, guys, okay? And you just seen the energy, the things that were coming out of people's mouths, the expressions on their faces, okay? And the things that were being discussed. I was in amazement because I was paying attention to what was happening. And I stopped. I didn't want to stop the energy from flowing, but after I noticed that it was kind of coming down to a medium, so to speak, where it was kind of dying down. I go, are you guys aware what just transpired? And they go, what? And I pointed it out, and they all started, everybody kind of looked at each other. And we all had like the smile that Thomas has on his face right now. It was kind of like that kind of smile, like, whoa, what just happened? And everybody just realized, how that transfer took place and how things shifted, how things changed in that atmosphere, So you get around the right people, man, and it'll sharpen you like never before, but you get around the wrong people, and it'll cut through you. It'll break you down. It'll be like, why am I even in this circle, man? You'll feel the energy transfers, man. And to what you were talking about a second ago, Thomas, that couldn't be more on point. Although I appreciate, the thing that Roger, brought up, it's interesting because I believe that the world's awareness is becoming more elevated. That's all that really is. Because these are things that have been discussed for centuries and centuries. The thing is, people have put other individuals on a pedestal because they were the ones that were in tune and in touch with the spirit, in tune, in touch with the universe, to realize those things. And then they praise them, as high and mighty, when reality is, if everybody were to stop and pay attention and realize, then they would be awakened to things. But because there's so much going on in so many other individuals' lives, they don't awaken to that. And then they leave it to another person, to somebody else. And then once again, that person gets praised like they're high and mighty, so to speak, about something. And that's not the case. We all can have an awakening, man. We all can. You just have to put yourself in a position to receive that.
The receiving, that's the biggest part. Many people say they're projecting out, but yet you need to stop and receive back as well. And that's where this morning starts, your gratitude every day. You receive back that energy. You receive back that vibration. You receive back that love that you gave out first thing. And now the universe knows that what? You're ready to be ready for whatever you're ready for, whatever comes along. And then somebody says, well, what are you ready for today? Whatever comes along. I am ready within my heart. I'm ready within my mind. I'm ready within my spirit to be able to take on and receive whatever is thrown at me today. But yet we don't take what's thrown. We know what's coming because that's the energy we projected out when we started this day with our thought process, with our words, with our knowing of clear focus of where we're going. I love it. And it is so much fun to be able to give out that kind of energy, to know what I am going to be projecting and what I am going to be receiving. Sometimes the abundance that comes in is so overwhelming. Sometimes it's like, I get all this. This is all mine. I get to play with this. Oh, this is so much fun. Yes, it is. Because if you're not smiling and saying that, then you need to rethink your day. Go back. Start over. Go back in the mirror and look. Say, you know what? This is my day. I am going to have fun. I am going to be able to breathe. I am going to be able to walk. I am going to be able to run. I am going to be able to cycle across the country if I want to. Whatever it is that you're looking for to do within life. The one question that I have to ask all of you, if all the monetary funds were taken care of, if you had everything in place to where your residual income was coming in, your businesses are working for you 24/7, like you're building, what next? Where would you go? What would you do? Just a simple question. Many of us have never even...
Begin to believe in yourself like never before and see the visions through and make them a reality, for it starts and ends in your mind. As you think, so shall you also be.
Yes. At that happy state within. And we said it earlier. Julio had put out, why do we do this? Just because we can. Well, we're going to get out the cause part. It's not just because. It's just be can. That's why I do this. Because be can. Just I can. It just didn't sound right. I like that. Just be can. And I think that's going to be on my website as well. I think I might have to make some shirts, bumper stickers, hats. Oh man, there's all kinds of things flying now. What are you creating today? Where are you going? That's all we have to ask. Write it down. You should have been utilizing this whole thing the whole time with us each day that you come in here until Saturday. Saturday would be the last day that we'll be reading on the book. That'll be the last chapter. It was a 28-day practice that we have been implementing. Things to write down, the 10 things that you need to write down each day, the things that you're truly grateful for, all of that stuff. The power of the rock, the implementation of the things throughout life. We can think it all day. We can write it down all day. And you wrote it down. Are you looking your list over? Are you starting over every day knowing what you wanted to go for and what makes you truly happy? Yep, you got to go back 3 days. You missed. Patrick too. Okay. I love y'all.
I went back all the way to the beginning.
There you go.
Yep.
That's what
today. So I went all the way back to the beginning.
And Jen has just put a good link within the chat section right there for y'all as well.
I got to run, fam. Bless you, man.
It's an awesome day, beautiful day. Thank y'all very much for being in here with us today. We love and appreciate you all. We'll see y'all tomorrow.